Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the second episode in my third Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. Hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. Mine was okay, didn't get as many gifts as usual this year. That might have something to do with how I killed Santa Claus in the last series, but that's alright. The show must go on. At the end of the last episode, I was kind of trying to decide whether I was going to attack this group of enemies right here. I was leaning towards doing so, and I think I still am, but as you can see, my army is pretty beat up here. I'm going to go ahead and go for it, though, because I was able to get my Dreadnought hero, Lightning Rod Banner, right at the end of that last battle. And as long as I can protect her, she doesn't have any shock protection, I should resist some of the damage that these guys do. A third of the damage that the Orc Apprentice does, and pretty much all of the damage that these guys do, I'll be 40% resistant to. At least I think. Now they do some physical damage, so it's not going to be, it's not going to, it'll help, but it's not going to make it an easy battle by any means, so I'm going to have to be really careful with my units here. Before I get into that, though, there are several comments from the past week that I wanted to go over. First off, I'm glad everyone seems happy with the Tiger and Rogue idea. I took advice from... I wanted to give credit for who kind of gave me the idea. There were two commenters in particular. I have Blue Squidify and Made of Time. They both suggested the Tiger and Rogue, and Made of Time even got the Greyguard and Explorer specializations right. He had the same... very similar to the same idea that I did with those two right there. Domain of Earth was kind of my own idea to do the underground thing, and that was mostly to try to keep, or Adept of Earth, and that was mostly to try to keep my people happy through the Domain of Earth spell, to maximize that crit hit chance. But yeah, those two guys probably deserve some of the credit for me going ahead and going with this build here. There's a few other things I wanted to point out from way back in the first Advanced Strategy series, episode 12. Who Am I 2357? He commented on something I said, and something I think I've repeated several times throughout the game. I had said that the best you can get on defense, you can guarantee to be on defense, is 3 stacks. So let's say these units were all mine. That's not technically true. With 7 stacks in a circle, say, I somehow went above ground. Let's say I had units on all of the hexes surrounding the city, all 7 of them. That would guarantee me at least 4 defensive armies in the battle, because there'd be no way they could surround any single stack of units. So technically, yes, you can defend better with 7 stacks of units. Odds are you're never going to have that many sitting in a city or wherever defending, unless you just make a super army and move it across the map like that. But that is technically correct, so I was wrong about that. Now back to more of the recent comments for this episode. Civ 5 Addict had a good one. He had 2. One's a good idea, but I can't do it really now. The other I think I can, at least hopefully soon. As you guys know, if you saw the first episode, healing is a huge problem for me right now. These saber-tooth chariots are getting beat up pretty bad. Really, everybody is. The heroes at least regenerate health a little faster. The Dreadnought here can actually learn... Well, actually, he had suggested getting Quick Dash for my Rogue. That's a good idea, but I'm a little low on mana right now, and a little low on channeling points. Kind of constantly casting other spells, so that won't work for now. But Civ 5 Addict also suggested getting Guardian Flames on this guy. That's a good idea. I forgot Dreadnoughts get that, but that does heal. It's not a lot. It's like 15 health plus fire resistance for a battle, but it is an in-combat healing spell he can use. So I'm going to get that as soon as I can. And then other people have suggested stuff for him. I'll get to that in a second. Nick R., he had explained a little bit regarding courtesan ambassadors. I wasn't quite sure how this worked, and I think I can bring it up here. Probably in my... Whoops, not that. There we go. It should be an Empire upgrades over here. This rogue ability receives a permanent relation bonus with independent cities, which makes them more friendly. It's a little vague what the effect of that actually is, what the effect of them being more friendly is. I do know you can see it listed here. what this does and what this does not do, this does not make the cities join you, like become a vassal faster, based on what he told me and also what my friend Evan told me. They will get more benefits. I think they will even give you more gold. That's something that he also pointed out. But yeah, you'll get more gold from them from like having this in their territory. Plus, I think they'll give you benefits like those little "We Love the King" bonuses or whatever they are. They'll give you those little celebration bonuses or gifts, basically free tributes, more often. All Ford also added that with the Courtesan Ambassador's ability, it helps to make up some for if you were to demand tribute from them. That would help to negate that penalty a little bit. It's not a lot, but 150 does help, and you'd be able to maybe demand a couple tributes before they get really mad at you. So I thought that was all kind of interesting, because I never really knew how any of that worked. Arch Redbeard suggested getting Summon Siege Engine for this guy. I think that's also a really good idea. Evan suggested getting, he shows up as Vantos Magic Murder Bag. That's his YouTube channel. He also suggested getting Wizard Hunters. So between all those three commenters, priorities for this guy: Guardian Flames first, probably then Wizard Hunters, and then Summon Siege Engine, because I can't get that until like level 7. So I have things to do with him. He's actually going to be a fairly useful hero, I think. Last thing that I wanted to go over, Evan had mentioned that Poison Mastery is maybe a little too expensive for this early in the game. He's probably right. Since I've already started casting it, I'm going to finish, and then I'm just going to have to rely on building temples and shrines in this city to help offset the mana drain on my resources. But I think that's still a good idea. I think it probably would have been better to have cast Iron Grip on my cities or something like that. But I'm going to stick with what I've at least started for now, and maybe try to remember that in future games. The only other thing I wanted to mention was with regard to getting these cities faster. Like I was talking about, Courtesan Ambassador doesn't really do that, but the Keeper of the Peace, I think it's in the Keeper of the Peace Adept, that specialization does have an ability that lets you get independent cities under your control as vassals, or absorbing them into your empire a little faster. So if you do want to do that, you can, but not with my specializations and setup. Alright, a lot of comments this week, guys. Tried to get through them as quickly as I could. Sorry if I took too long, but let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, actually, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to not attack with that group. She's got a little bit more. Oh no, she doesn't have quite as much movement. Alright, so I'm going to attack just with him. He's the dwarf, moves a little faster underground. Go ahead and do manual combat here, and try to be really, really careful in this battle. I would love to just pick this knowledge up now, but again, this is dangerous with those wisps. I think what I can do is hopefully lure them into attacking like that saber-tooth chariot. She's got a little more health. Kind of lucky they didn't go after her, although that wisp might go after her. See, this is where I'm kind of really taking chances here. I could do Rain of Poison Blades and maybe take one out fast before it has a chance to hit me. That'll slow down my casting of Poison Mastery a little bit, but in this case I'm thinking it might be worth it. There's even a small chance I one-shot them, although I'm probably not going to count on that. I could also run up with one of these guys, hit him once, and then run back. I've got several options. I don't really have a long-range attack necessarily. Okay, I do have an idea here. What I can do is I'm pretty sure that I could shoot them with the gun from here. So what I'm going to do... Well, she can actually cast the spell from anywhere. So let me see if this would work. Oh, wait, no, that's a bad idea. Because with that apprentice right there, he's got enough health. That could be dangerous. Can he get here? He can get there. Get in the apprentice's way a little bit. Alright, I've got an idea. And here's how it's going to work. She's going to come back here. Probably as far back away from the enemy as I can. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Rain and Poison Blades. If I'm lucky, it'll kill it right away. Probably won't. Okay, I didn't think so. Alright. This will allow me to move this guy. Well, first off, move him over here. He's going to get the finishing hit on that wisp. Right there. This is kind of good because it leaves his guard down, which weirdly enough is actually good for me. Because those wisps, if they teleport at him, and they probably will, they're going to go behind him and turn him around, but he won't hit back, which means he won't get stunned, and he won't take extra damage for it. I'm going to move this guy up and put him on defense because he has more health than any of my other units, and he's going to act as a barrier to block the shots from the Orc Apprentices. The rest of my units can probably back off. He's got a little more health, so I'm not as worried about him. But I'm going to try to bunch them all up together over here. Same thing with the cheetahs. Put them right there. So I want them to be able to run in and pounce. Oh wait, no, that's a prowler, not a cheetah. Okay. I don't think the wisps could phase... Yeah, they're out of phase range, so I could actually move them up a little bit and be okay. Again, don't think they're in phase range, because remember, they can move one space and then teleport, so technically they are in range of their phase ability. I want to make sure they're both just outside of that, but they do have the ability to get behind that dwarf. I'll bet you almost anything that's what those wisps decide to try to do. I don't think there's anything else I can do here, so let's make sure I didn't leave any straggler units anywhere, because I have been known to do that from time to time. Alright. I think I'm good. Okay, they should go behind him. They did. Just like I thought. That makes them a really easy kill for my queen, and I should be able to kind of wreck these guys with the rest of my chariots. I'm going to get a flanking attack wherever I can. A nice critical hit helps. Let's see, and she can move 2 spaces and then just wreck that thing with acid darts. Alright. He's also got all his movement left too, which is really nice. Can move him here, here. Get a flank attack with that spear. He will probably finish this guy off. Yep. Alright, so that gives him a little XP for killing a tier 2 unit as well. Alright, so that boosted Essence Harvest quite a bit to 2 turns. And that's going to be helpful. I could really use the extra channeling points. I just need the magic to make up for it. Unfortunately, he did not level up. I really need him to level up. Only 8 more XP to go. But for now, I think everybody here deserves a turn of a little R&R to recharge their energy. I'm not exactly sure where I want this army to go right now. I would like to see what's over here, but I also kind of want to see what's down the road and what else is potentially in range of this city right here. I'll think about that for a second. Have I moved everybody else? I believe I have. Yep, so I think I just need to decide what I'm going to do with this army. Let's zoom out a little bit and look around here. You can kind of see a rock cavern wall here, but it looks like this cave might extend back into here a little bit. At this point, it's probably early enough in the game that I can still scout safely with the units just kind of running around. So I'm going to do that for this turn just to help me decide where I'm going to go next. Let's send the guy with 13 movement out here. That's just Flowers of Solace. Sure wouldn't mind finding any structures that give units healing. I'll send the dwarf over here. And I'll send one of my Tigrans down the road. I do see a city down there. Just noticed. Okay, there's a dungeon. think I'm going to leave this group together. They don't really have anywhere else to run. Alright. That's the end of the turn. That was, I'm really stretching this army thin here, so hopefully I don't have to do any more tough fights for a little while. I'm going to let this ruin sit for a bit before I go taking on an Orc Shock Trooper. I don't want to go in there with a bunch of fragile units like that. It's hard to kind of tell when hostile mobs will start spawning, like the scoundrels and the ghosts, but usually I don't see anything in like the turn 5 to 10 range. Normally I start seeing them after turn 10. Maybe that's just because it takes them that long to get anywhere, I don't know. I think the game kind of tends to give you a little grace period with that. Alright, I need my cheetahs down here, because they're going to be the scout. They're going to really be the ones that I use as scouts. In fact, this guy can go run over here and see what's in that area. Oh, it looks like another cave entrance. Really close to me. That's going to be an important one right there. I'll catch him back up with everybody else, too. One of the things I don't like about this is that if ghosts come through here, my city's in the back would be pretty vulnerable. I need to build a shrine. I really need that magic, and unfortunately I can't build the shrine in one turn. Oh, I am still going to have Poison Mastery done on the next turn, so that's kind of nice. That must have been a spell that only cost 50, so even casting my spell in the last battle doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm going to go... I'm going to... 58, Shrine is 75, Siege Workshop would add 10. Yep, I'm just going to go ahead and build the Shrine now. That's probably more important than anything else I could put in this city at this point, but I do need that mana to keep coming in. Alright, let's go send him over here, and that is totally a dead end. So can't go that way. I'll have my cheetah explore over there. Have the dwarf join back up with the rest of the army here. Maybe he can run down this side path and see where that goes. Let's see. I do have a quest available for this town. A vassal propose. Oh, might double back and take care of that. I shouldn't have moved that one space forward. I could use the extra unit though in the vassal proposal. What am I up against here exactly? Just 3 Archon Revenant Infantry? I can handle that. That can't be too bad. And that gets me them as a vassal for free. Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer, I think. Tiger Prowler would be good in that battle because he could use up their action points. Really everybody, I think, would be pretty good in that battle. Tiger Prowler's technically a tier 2, right? I'll keep him around since I've already got 2 of these Saber-Tooth Chariots. Those guys have projectile resistance, so the Sun Spear doesn't help quite as much, and he's got enough health that I could really make use of that martial arts ability. What kind of damage types do these guys have? I think it's just physical. Yep. So that should be alright. Let me send the one that's a little weaker off to meet this new city here. And that is an Eldritch Pit down there. That's going to be an Archon city. Negotiate. Okay. I guess we can have peace. I don't really know what to do with these guys. Because a peace treaty would help me get more good points and it would make up for my negative alignment that I've been getting by attacking everything and never letting anyone run. Yeah, I'll just accept it. I can't really afford to fight those guys right now anyway. I'm worried they're kind of in my way, though. I'm going to send him through. And we'll just see what's beyond them. There's a path going southeast, too. I'll have to ignore that Eldritch Pit for now. That channeling point thing might be kind of nice to pick up at some point, but for now, Everyone needs to double back and go deal with those guys. Alright, very likely victory. Should be fine here. As long as I don't do anything really stupid. The acid darts will help, but they'll resist that blight. In fact, I think they're immune to it, so I might be better off just doing a backstab with her. Let's see if I can get them to attack a unit with high defense. Probably going to be that guy. I think this spot right here would be perfect. He'll lose 2 action points, but still have enough to fire his gun, leaving these guys all free to flank around and do their own thing. And these guys will probably run somewhere around here, in which case I'm going to have the Tiger and Prowler ready to use up all their action points. Oh, wait, wasn't paying attention. Left him in range. It's okay. He's still got enough movement to get a charge in and can throw a Sun Spear. I just have to turn him around, which should be pretty easy to do. Let's have her go here and see if I can get this guy to run all the way around. He could go 1, 2, 3, which would be the same 1, 2, 3. So he could get another stab in on that guy if he needed to. I need him to go here first to throw his Sun Spear before my hero turns that unit around and he can't throw it anymore. Okay. Then she can hit him. Why is that not a backstab? That's kind of odd that that isn't a backstab. Looks like I'd be better off doing this. Alright, I'm gonna be careful here. This is kind of developing a little weirdly. I still want to hit him in the back with that spear. Okay, I've got an idea. He should be at low enough health that a charge will kill him. Yep. That takes care of him. Send these guys out here to go use up some of his movement action points. It's going to hit him once for a decent bit of damage, but it won't kill them. Now I can use my dwarf to turn these guys around, probably with a gun. Oh, that might actually even kill him. Not quite. Alright, that's everybody. So those prowlers are just going to have to take a hit. They should be fine. Alright. That's pretty much the end of this battle. Go turn these guys around. No, I want him to be the one to go get experience. Still not enough to level. Did he level up? I feel like he did and I just didn't notice. Yes, he did. Okay, and the Undead Scourge completed. So I got a nice, fresh, new Tiger and Prowler to replace a really beat-up one. That's good. I'm not sure what... Yeah, he needs to go off and take a break somewhere. I want to get this... I'm going to send this warg around while I'm up here and go see what's back here. I noticed this Spring of Life. Okay, there's a quarry nearby. Good for production. Make some decent cavalry there fairly quickly. I'll keep sending him I'll keep sending him up and around. Okay, so you are desperately in there. That prowler is desperately in need of healing, and I can get Guardian Flame now, so definitely taking that. Actually, probably should keep the one that's damaged with this group so I can help heal him. Since that saber-toothed chariot's kind of running off on his own to be a scout right now, I'll just keep these guys together for the time being. I think that Eldritch Pit is next on my list. I don't want that spawning stuff and making a mess. It's out of movement. Alright, my rogue gets... Ooh, my rogue gets sprint. I love sprint. That's so worth it for 2 action points. If you don't know what it does, I'll demonstrate it, I'm sure, plenty of times throughout this series. Counter poison would be kind of nice. I would like more army buffs, but I don't know. I think in my rogue's case, I'd kind of like to just buff her health. Get that up a little higher, because she's kind of came close to dying before. She was pretty beat up. Alright, so again, sending them out down to the southeast. This time going to keep them all together so his Guardian Flame thing can kind of help heal everybody. And I need to hurry and get another town very soon. I don't want to wait too much longer. I'll go ahead and finish that shrine. And maybe we'll have to get a temple after that, but I need another town fast. These guys don't have a quest for me or anything, so I'll just have them let me know when they're ready to talk. And forge the alliance with that city. I gotta wait 6 turns before they'll join my empire. Alright. That all looks okay. Overall, I think this is a good start, but I'm a little concerned about my options for expansion. I'm hoping that this path over here continues in this direction, and it does. Okay, good. I don't know if there's anything good down here. Let's take this path. Well, at least there's another city down here. I can go meet that probably on the next turn. I think I'm going to send this cheetah above ground to have a look around up there. And then have my ward continue along this path. This is sort of the problem with being underground. There's not really a lot of places that stand out as excellent city locations to me. I could always go above ground if I find some place worth it, but I only know this one small space up here, and it looks pretty isolated. Alright, before I start any battles, let's go ahead and cast Poison Mastery. All infantry, cavalry, and irregular units gain +2 poison strength. That's going to be an insanely useful spell. And I'm going to get as much benefit out of it as I can before the other people meet me and start disjuncting all my stuff. Essence Harvest was researched, which I thought had 2 more turns left, so that's kind of a nice surprise. I should probably go ahead and start summoning Grimbeak Crows, if I can afford the mana for any of this. That shrine will help once that's done. Race Governance level up. Tigrans, I always get this Patron Military. I love their Sun Guards, I love their Saber-Tooth Chariots. The Settler one is nice to get your first, few settlers out, but I will just go ahead and deal with the extra build time for them. This I'm going to be using a lot more often. Plus, I have 3 Saber-Tooth Chariots that benefit from that, like, right now. See, this guy's health's already up to 70 at max. That's really nice. Ooh, healing stuff. I wonder if maybe I should save a couple of those for the other units coming behind him. They'll regrow in how many turns? 3 turns? Yeah, by the time they get down there, they'll be regrown, so grab this one. And then I think head up here. There's got to be some more good structures. I see a few things kind of sparkling up here. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like maybe a farm. Okay, one thing I did want to point out with regard to trail running, there was somebody who pointed out, and let me go ahead and look up his name here real quick, because this was something I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but Angus Davies. He pointed out that the Sphinx is not affected by all of the irregular unit boosts that I had selected. And he is correct. This one is the one he's referring to. I'm pretty sure the rest of them, Cruel Backstab and all those other irregular unit buffs that I've got, I'm pretty sure they help the Tigran Sphinxes. But Sphinxes don't benefit from trail running because units with flying and lesser flying are not affected. So that is, unfortunately, something that I won't be able to take advantage of, all that extra flying movement. But that's okay. They get enough other benefits that I think it's still going to be really good to have the Sphinxes combined with the Rogue and Explorer specialization. For now, trail running would be good for my cheetahs because I'm using them to scout a lot. But I really would like treasure raiding too. And I'd gladly trade more mana for gold. By the time I'm done researching this, I may have better magic income. I'm just going to have to be careful with it for a little while. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get treasure raiding for now. Alright, they can make it as far down as that Eldritch Pit, so I may as well head there. I could cut through that channeling thing on this turn and kill whatever's in there, but I don't really need the extra channeling points right now. Well, I don't know, I could use them. Because I wouldn't mind getting a Grimbeak Crow out right now, even though I don't really have a lot of mana to afford it. I still would love to have a scout to go down some of these other pathways, or actually to go across this lava river that I can't get across. Let me see how many units are down here. I have an idea for how I can do this. I'm going to leave the dwarf behind for just a second. See, if that was going to be a really easy battle, I would have, if that was going to be a really easy battle, I would have just left the dwarf there so I could summon the crow here and send it out. I think I can summon it near this city, though. So, that's alright. So I'm going to move this army down here. I'm going to leave that... No, actually I'll have a chance to heal that guy with Guardian Flame. Now, so I think I can go ahead and have him in the battle. That'd be alright. The dwarf be the one to lead the attack. On second thought, let's abort the attack and do what I did before. Split my hero up from that group. Attack with the dwarf. And let those guys benefit from the shock resistance. Yeah, that'll work. The reason I'm doing that, in case you don't realize, is this only applies to... The Lightning Rod Batter only applies to units in that guy's army. And if she's around, she's always going to be the army leader, so I won't get that benefit otherwise. I think she could probably get up there and hit that guy a few times with acid darts. Am I within range? I think I am. Might be able to kill one of them with her right away. No, I won't do enough damage. Okay, here's what I think I need to do. Move up for a little bit more damage. Intentionally leave my guard down so they teleport behind her. And then I'm going to use this guy's Sun Spear. Yeah, because the dwarf needs to heal... The dwarf needs to heal the Tigran Prowler before this thing has a chance to teleport on it and hit him. Which it's going to be able to do no matter what. So I may as well just leave him on defense. Yeah, I'm going to put him here. That Wisp cannot reach the Prowler. And I want to put the Dwarf here. And if they do what I think they might do, it'll make a little more sense why those units are positioned there. But I'm thinking one of them might, if this one teleports behind him to try to attack him, this will leave the Prowler's room to run around and get a flank attack if I need to do that. Oh, I could go for a hit on that Wisp, but it's likely that I would stun my Prowlers, my new Prowlers. So instead, I'm just going to take them out the safe way. Okay, and I did get 5 casting points. Forgot about that, because I am getting Essence Harvest here. I'm gonna save his Sun Spear. I might need that in a minute. I'm fairly certain both of them will probably go for my hero. So I'm gonna leave him there so he's got range to get kind of anywhere. Anywhere that he needs to. Maybe here. There. I think regardless of whether the Wisps go after that hero or this one, should be okay. Alright, you get one flank hit. Alright, good. That's kind of what I was hoping they would do. Alright, that leaves me with the ability to pretty easily kill these guys, I think. Can't get quite as close as I wanted with my Dreadnought, but I can get close enough to fire one shot off on him. For him, I want that Sun Spear. And she is still being threatened by this guy. I need to turn him around. There we go. I'll take that stun because now she can actually get these guys with the acid darts. Alright. A little extra casting points for me. That also helps towards getting those crows. I can actually summon them now. And I'm going to summon them right here and go straight across that lava lake. Right here, actually. These guys make awesome underground scouts. As you can see. There's a Forbidden Sanctum over here. And haste berries that I think my warg could use. Now here's the question. Do I keep casting stuff? I am running really low on mana. So I'm going to wait and not get any more crows for now, as much as I would love to have some. Since I've got the crows going that way, I almost wonder if I should turn the saber-tooth chariot around and go south. Or maybe send the crows south, because there's a lot of water there. Either way, I think would be fine. Alright, let's bunch them back up so everybody gets the benefit from that healing. And I can take out that Eldritch Pit on the next turn. Yep, intentionally not going to cast a spell, so I don't think there's anything else for me to do on this turn. Hopefully those dwarves are friendly towards me. They do have an earth node. That would be really nice to have in my territory. Could definitely use the extra magic. Let's go find out from them first. What's going on down here? Bandit camp right there. Okay, good. They're not hostile. I'll gladly pay for a peace treaty with you guys. I would love to have dwarves in the underground. I might have said they were draconians earlier, and I was wrong about that if I did. Yeah, I'll just wait until they have that vassal option. This is weird, though. Look at their city setup. There's a giant rock mountain right in the way of the bridge. That's kind of a really pointless bridge. So I'm not sure how I'm going to actually get over there. Oh, dang. There's, oh, man. This guy might be dead. If those scoundrels come after him. They don't have night vision. The orcs have night vision. Nuts. I think that cheetah might be toast. If I can get this one close enough. Nope. I'm probably going to lose that cheetah. But that's okay. Meeting the dwarf city on this turn was still probably worth it. Alright, I know there's nowhere else I can go down there, so send him to pop up over here. See what he can find. Might actually explore above ground with him a little bit. Ooh, there is much needed mana right here. That's really nice. You just poke around up here for a little bit and see what I can find with him. So, yeah, turn 7 for the record, and these scouts have had time to move what appears to be one turn away from their encampment. So maybe they start spawning sometime around turn 5 or 6, and I just don't normally see them this quickly. I did get my shrine here, but I'm still losing 11 per turn. I can probably build the temple, yeah, in 3 turns. That would also unlock the Tiger and Mystic unit, which would be nice to have a couple of them. I think I kind of need to go with the temple. Growing the city would give me another mana node as well, but I need magic now. I could use the 50 that I got as kind of an investment. Yeah, I'm going to do that, because it does cost 50 to get the temple in the first place, and I wasn't going to have enough mana for that, so it's a good thing I picked up some on the surface there. So yeah, once that's done, I'll be only losing 1 mana per turn, and I can kind of hang out there until I've got more to spare. Alright, I think with this group, I'm going to cut straight through and follow this path to the south. Wait, let me abort that attack. Okay, it's a magic library, not a cave wall. I'm gonna say no mercy. And yep, everybody's health looks okay. Yeah. Alright, let's get this. Let's get this done. I hate to kill these snakes. It feels like such a waste, because I usually play as a druid. I would befriend them and then evolve them into king shock serpents eventually. But unfortunately, that is just not an option for me right now. Well, since I've got healing, I may as well use it. What little bit I have, it's only 10 health, but it's a lot better than nothing. And my army is already doing a lot better in terms of health than they were a couple turns ago. Okay, they're gonna come right out and attack me just like that. Did not take much. They've already used their range attack. The monkeys won't get that back for another 3 turns, so I can back up and probably just play this one defensively. Keeping wounded units in the back, tougher units up front. Oh, that extra poison damage really adds up. Okay, they could go straight after that snake and do a ton of damage to it. Possibly even... No, they won't kill it. I don't think they'll kill it. And I've got these prowlers who could do a great job going after that boar. I need that boar out of the way. I'm going to use these guys to go ahead and flank it with that attack. I would also like to turn this unit around, that snake right there. He can't get through all that. Alright, let's go for it. Send the chariot up and around to finish off that snake instead. Okay, and they could get him in 2 hits, which is all I... Excuse me. That's all I needed there. Gosh, I think I'm choking on the granola bar I ate earlier. You know what? The other ones can just melee these guys to death. And that dwarf could definitely use the extra XP. Yep. Easy as that. Still being a little paranoid about taking damage just because I really can't afford it, but that battle went pretty well. Spear of Justice. First strike, polearm, +1 melee strength. This would be good on the Dreadnought since I tend to use him defensively quite a bit. Letting other things charge into him. Having first strike would not be bad at all. The rogue can get it by default. Magic Library. These are often tougher than you'd think they were. I would love to get a free spell out of here. But it's only a probable victory. I'm gonna not do this right now because I have a tendency when you get bunched up against those support units, and they've even got an evangelist in there, I have a tendency to lose a unit to at least one of these guys, even with an army at full health, much less partial health. I'll come back for that later. Okay, I'm getting a little far away from everything else here. Might run down to those haste berries on the next turn to see what I can find down there. But I don't want to send my main army too far away from the bulk of my cities, just in case bad things show up. Okay, there's more mana there. Good, good, good. Can definitely use it. And let's get away from that animal spawning thing. There's another city over here. I can't quite tell who's in it. Looks like maybe dwarves. Well, we'll find out on the next turn, I guess. In the meantime, let's explore with the raven first. Crows. Okay, so that's all a rock cavern wall. See, there's a couple decent enough places to build a city over here, I suppose. You could get that Forbidden Sanctum in the territory, the Lucky Clover Field. If I built it somewhere around here, I'd get the farm and all that stuff. I might put my second city over here. I'm going to send the crow straight across the water. Oh, there's a path that goes that way. Alright, I'll let these guys run down over here. I see bandit spawning stuff there. Need to be careful. Move a little slower and not just do giant leaps of movement into the darkness where it can be avoided. Alright, still not going to summon more Grimbeak crows. Those little bits of boost to mana that I found are nice, but it's still eventually going to run out. Yeah, I was worried about that. I'm just going to auto-combat. Can't get my scout out of that one. Okay, so now those bandits could become a problem. And I don't have anybody back here defending, so I'm going to need to make units soon. They won't be able to take out those guys, but they could cause trouble at my capital city. So I'm thinking I might need my cheetah to go back and kind of help defend, or maybe go after that bandit camp. I need somebody to go over there and deal with that. I'm hoping this eventually kind of loops around. Let's go here first. Get this. Kind of see where this is taking us. So I'll bet this lake here probably connects to that river there. This army could actually cut all the way through, around, and go back up. But is that the best use for them? Or would it be better to send them over here to go clear these structures in preparation for new cities? Personally, I think new cities is more important right now. Oh, Shooting Stars is active. And these guys are hostile to me, so I'm just going to say let me know when you're ready to talk, because I have no way of fighting with them for now. Ooh, population growth. And those guys are going to kill my warg. That's okay. That's what scouts are for. They get picked off sometimes. I at least was able to find the orc city over here. I think that's what's important. There is a dungeon nearby, which would pair nicely with the orcs, but I think it's a little too far away for that city to reach it. So here's the question. Do I need to send my cheetah back? Let's look at how quickly my city down here can actually produce units. If I can make Tiger and Sun Guards in one turn, I'd be okay, but I can't. They're going to take me 2. I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade to Siege Workshop to get them in one turn. Or maybe growing the city or making the happiness go up a little bit would work too. Well, by himself, he's not going to be able to defend that city anyway, and I have nobody else in the area that can go help with that. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and let this army keep moving this direction, hoping I wrap around behind the dwarf city, and then maybe I can get a technology that lets me go across that river, where I could run around and clear those structures in the back on my way through all that. It seems like a plan. Okay, a lot of stuff to fight over here, so that's good. Extra channeling points if I want them. So I'll get that on the next turn. Alright, so him going back to defend the city by himself won't matter. So I'll let him explore a little bit up here. Oh, haste berries. That road probably goes somewhere. Part of the tropics right there, that might be worth grabbing. Road that doesn't really go anywhere. We'll see. I'll have him keep following that for maybe another turn or so. And as soon as that's done, I do need to produce a few units back there. Right now I'm just so desperate for exploration. So I've come to a little bit of a crossroads here with this guy. And I need to make a decision, a broader decision. I think I'm getting a little too spread out here. There's still like the bandit camp here. And there might be others above ground that I don't know about that could come running down through there. I'm a little spread out. I'm not defending my cities very well. I'm taking some chances that I don't know if I should be taking. I don't necessarily need to know where the next good city spot is, because way down here, I'm so far away from my capital, I'm not going to go put a city out there yet. More likely I'd put it in this area where I found some decent structures already. I could really use him back defending the homeland, so that's what I'm going to have him do. Besides, if I ran through here and then this bandit camp spawned a unit, I could get trapped in there, and I don't want him to get trapped. I'll rely on the crow to continue doing most of my exploration. Hey, gold. And, dwelling. A dragon dwelling. Alright. Well, that's kind of nice to find. That's encouraging. Try to make friends with those guys. Alright. I think I'm going to lose a warg on this turn to some more scoundrels. I'll just go ahead and let it... We'll just let it happen. Oh, hey, I did meet the dragons. Okay, I'm glad I noticed this. Yes, want peace, open borders, all that good stuff. I'm going to try to make friends with those guys. And shooting stars. So with shooting stars, my units are going to have very lucky. Because they went through that clover field, too. So whatever the next battle is they go into, they should do pretty well. Almost makes me want to skip this one and go straight for that ruin there. Maybe I'll go in that inn. Yep, there they go. Hi, wargs. Been nice knowing you. I think I need to go in that inn. I need to see what kind of units they've got for sale. I've been making a lot of extra money from my rogue bonuses. Hey, who do we have here? Ooh, a Frostling Sorcerer. Okay, this definitely helps with the whole defending the interior of my land thing. Well, I'm going to take that because I love sorcerers. I think with that in mind, him being there, it's probably a good idea for my cheetah to head back and help him out. Help keep an eye on things. I'll send more scouts above ground later. Alright, unspent upgrade points. Well, he's going to have to lead his own army, so I'm going to give him magic affinity. That'll help make up for the Tigran's inherent lack of resistance, or lowered resistance, and extra hit points. I will eventually upgrade his sorcery abilities so he can cast some nice spells, but I don't have the mana for that right now. Alright, everybody else is just going to kind of keep going along the current paths, I think, with hopefully me bringing this army around behind and dealing with that bandit camp soon. But for now, I'm going to have to call that the end of this episode. I feel like I explored a lot this episode, so that's good. I have ideas for places I could put cities. but I also feel like I'm a little too spread out right now. Hopefully by the time, hopefully things will look up when, like, this city I'm able to make it a vassal. And in fact, a lot of times cities will have a quest around the same time that you have the opportunity to make them a vassal. And if that happens with this group, my army should be like right where they need to be to go do that quest. So it's probably a good thing I sent them down here, because I might be able to get a free vassal out of it and maybe a free unit, plus whatever that inn has in store for me. Alright, well, I think this is a good spot to wrap things up for here. So I'll go ahead and save it and wait for the next one. Overall, I guess feeling okay. A little nervous, but at least I've got about a quarter of the underground explored, so that's good at least, I suppose. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. There was a lot of good ones this week. Things I hadn't thought of, even from way back on my first Advanced Strategy series, people still commenting and posting good advice. That's really nice to see. And I can still learn a few things from my mistakes in that series. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode.